What if I told you that some of America's greatest states are crumbling right before our eyes? Once hailed as the best places to live, these states have dramatically declined, becoming mere shadows of their former glory. Could this be the end of the American dream as we know it? If you've ever considered moving to one of these places, take this as your big warning sign. Stick around till the end to find out which state is facing the most challenges, and why you might want to consider packing your bags sooner rather than later. California is currently facing significant challenges. It has the fastest recession in the country, largely due to the tech industry downturn, which is vital to its economy. In 2023 alone, over 78,000 tech workers lost their jobs. This decline has led to a scarcity of high-paying jobs and a drop in state income from taxes and new companies going public. For example, there were 119 new companies in 2020, but only 25 in 2023. Additionally, California is struggling with a massive budget deficit that could reach $38 billion, making it difficult to cover expenses. Many lawmakers are inexperienced in handling such a significant financial crisis, further complicating the situation. The state is considering cutting spending and borrowing money to address the shortfall. The unemployment rate has risen to 4.8%, higher than the national average of 3.9%. Most new jobs are in lower-paying sectors like health services and food services, not in the high-paying tech sector. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, California's population has been declining, impacting the labor force and economic growth. A slight population increase is expected in 2024 due to more international migrants, but many people continue to leave due to high living costs. New York is now in a state of crisis. Between 2021 and 2022, the state saw an extraordinary population decline, losing nearly 880,000 residents, which is almost a 1% drop in just 1 year, the largest in the nation. The heavy tax burden is a major factor driving people away. New Yorkers deal with a total tax burden of about 12.5%, significantly higher than Alaska's 5%. The cost of living is also prohibitively high, with a living index of 125 and a housing index of 173, making the national median of 100 look quite affordable. In 2023, the median home price in New York reached about $820,000, nearly $400,000 above the national median, and renting isn't much better, with average room costs around $680. Economic struggles further complicate the situation. From 2009 to 2017, New York's real GDP growth was 12.7%, trailing the national average of 16.8%. Some areas upstate even experienced negative growth rates. New York City also saw a significant reduction in its workforce, with a net loss of over 19,000 employees, the largest drop since the Great Recession. West Virginia, known for its scenic Appalachian Mountains and rich cultural history, is now facing severe difficulties. Often referred to as the Mountain State, it is experiencing rapid decline, making it one of the most troubled states in the country. In 2024, around 10,000 people, or 0.84% of its population, left West Virginia in search of better opportunities, bringing the state's population down to 1.78 million. This decline stems from several significant problems. Healthcare is a major issue in West Virginia. It ranks last in the nation for overall healthcare quality and access, with rural areas suffering the most. The state has a severe shortage of doctors and nurses, making it hard for residents to receive necessary medical care. This contributes to widespread health issues and negatively impacts the economy. Economically, West Virginia is struggling. It ranks fourth worst in economic health nationwide. West Virginia is the fourth poorest state in the U.S., with a poverty rate of 16.8%. The median household income is $48,800, about $15,500 below the national median. This low income level is tied to high poverty rates, with nearly 20% of the population living in poverty. Additionally, the state has high adult illiteracy rates and ranks poorly in educational achievement. The housing market in West Virginia is also problematic. Although home prices have risen by 7.1% in the past year, the overall economic conditions and declining population affect housing demand and economic stability. Before moving on to the next state, where are you from, or do you live in any of these states? Please share your comments below. Washington, renowned for its stunning landscapes and vibrant cities, is currently facing significant challenges. Despite being home to tech giants like Amazon and Microsoft, Recent major layoffs have severely impacted the state's economy, as tech jobs constitute about 22% of Washington's workforce. The housing market in Washington is also under strain. The average home price is around $590,000, and while prices increased by about 3.4% last year, the market is slowing down. Fewer homes are being sold, and price growth has decelerated due to higher interest rates and increased competition among buyers. The cost of living has surged due to inflation, making essentials like groceries and housing more expensive. This has led to reduced consumer spending, further harming the state's economy. High interest rates are also making it difficult for people to purchase homes or invest in businesses. Budget issues have compounded these problems. During the Great Recession, Washington had to cut many public services, and by 2019, spending on these services was still lower than in 2008. This makes it difficult for the state to support its residents and improve infrastructure. Illinois is experiencing a notable population decline, having lost nearly 1% of its residents over the past year, equivalent to over 100,000 people. Chicago, with its renowned skyline and lively atmosphere, is at the center of this exodus. One major reason for the outflow is the state's high tax burden. Illinois has some of the steepest taxes in the nation, which drives many residents to seek more affordable options elsewhere. Nearly 40% of those leaving Chicago cite financial hardship as their primary reason. However, the economic struggles extend beyond the city. The entire state is facing challenges, with high corporate taxes and stringent regulations prompting major companies like Citadel, Boeing, and Caterpillar to relocate to states with more business-friendly environments. Crime rates, particularly in Chicago, are another significant issue. The city has seen a troubling rise in its murder rate, making it a less appealing place for both residents and businesses. Recent census data shows Illinois' population fell from approximately 12.7 million in 2021 to around 12.5 million in 2022, a drop of 0.8%. This trend is not confined to Chicago. 81 of the state's 102 counties have also experienced population declines. Additionally, Illinois faces a brain drain, with many college students leaving for more affordable education and not returning after graduation, further contributing to the state's population loss. Next, let's explore how Texas's dependence on oil and gas affects its economic stability and the broader implications of this reliance. Texas, the second largest state in the U.S., is known for its diverse landscapes, including Gulf Coast beaches, expansive plains, rolling hills, and arid deserts. However, the state is currently grappling with several significant challenges. A major issue is the economy's heavy reliance on the oil and gas industry. Fluctuating oil prices have negatively impacted Texas, leading to substantial financial losses, budget deficits, and job cuts as of early 2024. This dependence on energy has also had a ripple effect on other businesses in the state. The housing market is another area of concern. The Federal Reserve's recent interest rate hikes have made borrowing more expensive. As a result, home sales have decreased and new construction has slowed, further dragging down the economy. Higher interest rates are also reducing consumer spending and business investments, exacerbating the economic downturn. The job market in Texas is also facing difficulties. Despite improvements since the pandemic, many industries struggle to find sufficient workers and are dealing with rising costs. The unemployment rate in early 2024 is approximately 4.1%, slightly above the national average. Inflation is compounding these problems. Rising prices for goods and services are diminishing purchasing power, which negatively impacts the economy as reduced consumer spending affects business performance. The increased cost of living is putting additional strain on families, making it harder for them to manage their finances. New Jersey is undergoing significant economic shifts, particularly within sectors like information technology and manufacturing, which are experiencing long-term declines. Job growth has been sluggish, with an expected average increase of only 0.8% this year. This rate of growth lags behind the national average. The state is also grappling with a talent gap. The proportion of individuals either working or actively seeking work dropped from 66% in 2012 to 63% in 2022, marking the lowest level in 44 years. Moreover, New Jersey has been losing residents at an alarming rate. Between 2011 and 2021, the state saw an average annual loss of about 20,000 people, many of whom were recent college graduates, exacerbating the talent shortage. In 2023, New Jersey's unemployment rate rose from 3.4% in January to 4.7% in November, placing it as the third highest in the nation. The state is also dealing with budgetary issues. Reliance on one-time revenues and borrowing during and after the Great Recession has left New Jersey with reduced tax revenue, smaller rainy day funds, and lower general fund spending compared to pre-recession levels. These financial constraints hinder the state's ability to invest in economic growth and address downturns effectively. Additionally, New Jersey's banking sector has been shrinking. Since 2019, the state has lost 11.7% of its bank branches, which can negatively impact local economies and make it more difficult for businesses and individuals to access financial services. Before we dive into the final 3 states, I have a quick favor to ask. If you could hit the subscribe button, it would greatly support the channel and help me continue to improve the content for you. Do we have a deal? Rhode Island, the smallest state in the U.S., is facing significant challenges that are making it increasingly unaffordable for most residents. Once ranked as the least business-friendly state by CNBC in 2012, Rhode Island continues to struggle due to high taxes and stringent regulations. These factors have made it difficult for businesses to thrive, resulting in fewer job opportunities and prompting many residents to seek better employment elsewhere. The state's educational system also contributes to its difficulties. Rhode Island's K-12 education quality lags behind neighboring states like Massachusetts and Connecticut, which are known for their superior schools. This disparity leads to a less skilled workforce and encourages families to move to states with better educational options for their children. The high cost of living is another major factor driving people away. With a median home price of around $462,000, 133% above the national average, many residents find themselves spending a significant portion of their income on housing. Rhode Island is seeing a steady population decline in recent years as people are seeking better job prospects and living conditions elsewhere. Massachusetts, located in New England, is renowned for its stunning landscapes, rich history, and cultural significance. The state features beautiful coastal plains, rolling hills, and the Berkshire Mountains, with major rivers like the Charles and the Merrimack enhancing its scenic appeal. However, Massachusetts is grappling with significant challenges. The leisure and hospitality sector has experienced a severe downturn, with a 17% job loss equating to around 63,300 positions. Additionally, the education and health services sectors have seen a 6.1% decline, resulting in about 50,500 job losses. While the official unemployment rate stood at 2.5% in November 2023, including discouraged and underemployed workers, raises this figure to approximately 9.5%. The cost of living in Massachusetts is among the highest in the nation. The median home value is approximately $600,000, and renting a 2-bedroom apartment averages around $2,500 per month. High expenses for education, healthcare, and taxes further strain residents. The state has also faced an exodus of residents. Over the first 2 years of the pandemic, around 110,000 people, primarily aged 26 to 35, left Massachusetts. This migration has decreased the labor force and consumer base, complicating economic recovery efforts. Despite a 4.8% real GDP growth rate in early 2023, Massachusetts's economic recovery has been hindered by its reliance on high-cost industries and the lingering effects of the pandemic. Louisiana, once a thriving center of activity and opportunity, is now facing significant challenges, making it the second fastest declining state in the U.S. The state has been severely affected by natural disasters, particularly hurricanes. Hurricane Ida in 2021 caused extensive damage, forcing many residents to relocate and hindering efforts to rebuild. The economic situation in Louisiana is also troubling. The state struggles with a high unemployment rate, leaving many people without jobs and prompting them to seek employment elsewhere. Additionally, income growth in Louisiana has lagged behind that of other states, making it a less attractive destination for potential new residents. The prevalence of vacant homes further illustrates the state's struggles. In New Orleans, for example, about 23% of homes are unoccupied, indicating a lack of both incoming residents and demand for housing. This high number of empty properties is a clear sign of economic distress. Many Louisianans are relocating to states with better job prospects, lower living costs, and more favorable weather, such as Florida, while Louisiana continues to experience a loss of residents. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Curious World channel. Your support means a lot. Don't miss the next video, which will be displayed on your screen soon. I think you'll really enjoy it. Feel free to comment on which country you'd like to see featured next. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button to help me out. Remember to subscribe for more great content. See you soon.